The sea had many names, but sailors whispered one more than any other: the Black Hollow. No map marked it. No captain claimed to have sailed there twice. Yet every so often, a ship would return empty. They said the legend began with a pirate known only as Captain Viral. No one knew where he came from, only that his ship, the Morning Tide, appeared out of storms no other vessel could survive. Its sails were not black, but something darker, like fabric soaked in shadow itself. Viral never raided loudly. No cannon fire, no shouting. Ships simply drifted later, crew gone, cargo untouched, except for one thing. Every mirror aboard was shattered. A young deckhand named Elias first heard the story in a dim-lit tavern, where the air smelled of salt and old fear. The older sailors spoke quietly, as if the walls might carry their words out to sea. "They don't die," one of them muttered, staring into his drink. "That's the worst of it." Elias laughed nervously. "Then what happens to them?" The man looked up, eyes hollow. "They're taken where the sea doesn't end." Weeks later, Elias found himself aboard a merchant vessel crossing a stretch of ocean so still it felt unnatural. The wind died without warning. The sails hung limp. Even the waves seemed to hold their breath. Then came the fog. It rolled in low and silent, swallowing the horizon. Shapes began to form inside it. Not solid, not clear, but moving. Watching, the crew grew uneasy. One by one, they noticed something strange: reflections. Not in mirrors. There were none left on the ship, but in water buckets, polished metal, even the surface of a blade. Their reflections didn't move quite right. They lagged behind or smiled when they did not. That night, the first sailor vanished. No scream, no struggle, just gone. By the third night, the fog thickened until the world shrank to the size of the ship. Then, through the silence came a sound, a slow creaking, not from their vessel, but beside it. Another ship drifted into view, its outline barely visible. The Morning Tide. Its hull looked ancient, warped like it had spent centuries beneath the sea. Its sails hung in tatters, yet they moved as if caught in a wind no one else could feel. Figures stood along its deck, still, waiting. Elias felt his chest tighten as he realized something terrible. The figures weren't pirates. They were the missing. Their faces pale, eyes empty, clothes from 100 different ships and eras. Some reached out slowly, not pleading but beckoning. Then Captain Viral stepped forward. His face was hidden beneath a wide, shadowed hat, but his voice carried clearly across the unmoving water. "Every soul leaves a mark upon the sea," he said, "and every mark must return." Elias tried to speak, but his voice failed. The crew around him began to move, drawn forward, step by step, toward the edge of the ship. Not forced, but compelled, like sleepwalkers answering a call. One by one, they stepped off, not into water, into the fog, and vanished. Elias was the last. As he approached the edge, he caught his reflection in a small pool of water on the deck. But it wasn't him. The reflection stood already on the Morning Tide, staring back with hollow eyes. Smiling, Elias stumbled back, breaking whatever held him. He grabbed a rope, tied himself to the mast, and shut his eyes as tightly as he could. The whispering began then. Voices layered upon voices, speaking from everywhere at once. "Come back. Join us. Remember." When morning came, the fog was gone. The sea moved again, and Elias was alone. They found him days later, drifting, barely alive. He never spoke again, not properly. But sometimes, when the sea was quiet, he would scratch the same words over and over into the wood beside him. "They are not dead. They are sailing still. And one day, the sea will call everyone home." And if you ever find yourself on open water, in a place too still to be natural, don't look into your reflection, because if it looks back, you may already be aboard the Morning Tide.